Hello and welcome to Rathods IAS. Today in this session, we are going to discuss current affairs of 27th April 2024. So here we are going to take PDF of Hindu and we are going to pick out the articles which are relevant from our examination point of view. So I am saying continuously two things, like if you want to select the right article in newspaper, you have to know what exactly UPSC syllabus, and even you have to see like previous year's questions. So these two are very important part. Okay, so why? Because you will be like guiding in a right way if you have a correct knowledge and if you know each and every keyword in your syllabus. So those keywords sometimes directly appear in your newspaper, and if you go through your previous questions, you can understand how questions are asked in your UPSC mains and as well as prelims from current affairs point of view. So that those two are like key, or like they are like Bible, so that you can easily sail through in this preparation. So first let us see an important article which is present in the front page. So this is front page. So first article is very important topic. It is about Supreme Court judgment. So we are discussing this topic of EVMs, VVPATs and petition which filed in Supreme Court, right? And finally Supreme Court gave a judgment yesterday. So Supreme Court backs EVMs, rules out revival of paper ballots. So Supreme Court said that no, we can go for using of these EVMs only. So there is no, like we are not going to use this paper ballots, or we are not going to back for this paper ballots. So this is the thing which mainly said. And if you see this infographic, it will give you some data so that you can understand what is this article is about. At least 20 to 30% of information which is given here. Supreme Court said that EVM systems, they have served vast Indian electorate well, and there are other key observations of Supreme Court. So over 118 crore electors, they have cast their votes since EVMs were introduced in 1982. So whenever these EVMs were introduced in our country, about 118 crore electorals or electors, they had been cast their vote. And in 2019 general elections, about 61.4 crore people, they cast their votes, and 23.3 lakh ballot units and 16.35 lakh control units and 17.40 lakh VVPAT, they have been used in this 2019 general elections. And for 2024 elections, 97 crore people, they are registered to vote, and about 21.6 lakh ballot units. And next one is like 16.8 lakh control units and 17.7 lakh VVPAT units. They will be going to be used in this 2024 Lok Sabha elections. So these are some key things which are given in this infographic. So now let us see like dimensions that you have to see, and I will be covering from recent past to what happened in this recent judgment of Supreme Court. So I will be trying to cover almost all the points, and extra points I will be giving you, don't worry. So before that, let us see a small announcement. So I want to announce about this offline course of Rathods IAS. So we are going to start new batch of offline course from 27th May 2024 onwards. And there is one important feature of this course is 50% fee refund policy. Okay, so what is this 50% fee refund policy? So we will be there in entire preparation from prelims, mains and interview. But even if you are not clearing your prelims, there will be 50% of fee refund. Okay, there will be 50% of fee refund. And new batch is going to be start from 27th May, and admissions are already going on. So only very few seats had been left because the batch size is 70 students only. The seats are filling up very fastly. So if you want to register, so you can contact us on this number 8074765513. And why we are like that much confident? Because we are providing every day 5 hours of your GS classes, and you have to stay in institute for next 5 hours. so that we will be conducting special study hours. So in that study hours, we are focusing on the first one is revision of the GS, and next one is daily you will be having prelims and mains questions to practice, and also we are focusing on NCRTs, and there are special classes on current affairs, and we are focusing on your CSAT. Okay, CSAT is becoming hard day by day, so here we have IIT faculty so that there will be no doubts in this CSAT. And next one is 100% syllabus coverage, and regular prelims cum mains test will be conducted. And before joining itself, we are going to give you 1 year schedule, that what are the things that we are going to teach in the classroom, and apart from that when we are going to have this test also. Okay, and next one is like who are the faculty who are going to teach here. They are like experienced faculty, so who teaches only for UPSC, not for other examinations like group etc. And what are the answers you are writing? So there is mains evaluation and even one-to-one mentorship with mentors, and also like interactions with the toppers. Toppers will guide you. Okay, so these are the special features of this Rathods IAS Offline course, and we are also providing optionals. So we are providing 2 optionals. So one is your anthro, and the second one is sociology. And if you want to take GS foundation along with this optional, it will be around 1,50,000. And if you want to only take like GS foundation, it is around 1,20,000 rupees. So in this 50% free refund policy, we are going to return 60,000 rupees back. Okay, clear? So this is about this course, and do join this course. It is very helpful and highly recommended by many aspirants, and you can watch even testimonials of toppers who cleared this examination, so which are there in YouTube. So now let us see this article. So this article, it is about Supreme Court judgment. So let us see the background. So recently there are some petitions. So these petitions which are filed in Supreme Court regarding verifying VVPATs, that is all VVPATs with EVMs. Okay, and this is the case actually. So actually why? Because they are saying like all, but at present only 5% of VVPATs they will be cross verified or cross checked with this EVMs. But this petition is saying that to increase accountability and transparency, so there is a need of cross verifying or cross checking all VVPATs with EVMs. Okay, so now Supreme Court said that. So before that I want to give you one more thing. So this is a one important thing. And the second one is there are even some petitions which are filed in Supreme Court that so there is no accountability on using EVMs. So we want to go back to paper ballots. Okay. So we want to go back to paper ballots. So this was the second petition. And now what Supreme Court said that no. So we have to use EVMs only. So we are not going back to this paper ballots. Okay, we are not going for this using of paper ballots. So this is the thing which mainly said. So now let us see the dimensions, like what you have to see from mains and what you have to see from prelims. So first one is from prelims point of view. Always Election Commission of India is very important. And even appointment of CEC and EC news. So you have to see that. And third important point is you have to see like tenure of CEC and EC, and even appointment process and committees, eligibility, etc. And even there may be chance of getting question from Representation of People's Act of 1950 and 1951, You have to know exactly the differences between these two acts. Okay, so these are from your prelims point of view. And from mains point of view, you have to know like electoral reforms. So there are many electoral reforms came up by government like paper ballot, later on EVMs and VVPATs, etc. So whether these electoral reforms are enough, or like whether they are ensuring accountability and transparency or not. And you may get directly question regarding EVMs and VVPATs in your mains. And you may get question like how Election Commission of India is trying to ensure free and fair elections. Okay, how they are trying to ensure free and fair elections. So in this way you can expect your mains question. And from interview point of view also you can get a question like, so what is your perspective? Okay, so what is your perspective, or like regarding Supreme Court judgment they can ask you a question. Clear? So these are the dimensions that you have to see from this article. And now let us see this article in detail. So yesterday I got one comment like zoom out and teach ma'am. Okay, so I hope it is clear now, right? You can see the words clearly. And this topic is important only from your polity point of view, which comes as GS paper 2. And even you have to refer some facts regarding constitutional bodies also. So from this area also you can expect this year prelims question. So why it is in news? Supreme Court gave a judgment regarding use of EVMs or paper ballots, and Supreme Court upheld the electronic voting machine, that is EVM system for polling, and also Supreme Court refused a plea to revive paper ballots. Okay, Supreme Court upheld means it said okay, we can go for using of these EVMs. It refused means it is not accepting to go back to paper ballots. So if you see the details, it says that the weaknesses of ballot paper system is well known, because many a times if you are using this ballot paper, there will be increase in number of invalid votes. Okay, so invalid votes will be very high. Okay, so and even we know about these weaknesses of ballot paper had been documented as well. And keeping in this view, here the vast size of our country, and in this Lok Sabha elections there are about 97 crore people, they are having this right to vote, and the number of candidates who are contesting in elections, the number of polling booths that we are having. So if we are going for this ballot papers, it is not at all feasible. Okay, so we will be undoing the electoral reforms by directing reintroduction of ballot papers. So because of this, we are not going to use this ballot paper again. So we are going to use this EVM. So this is the thing which mainly said by Supreme Court, and Supreme Court is very clear in its judgment. And if you move on, it also said that we acknowledged the right of voters to question the working of EVMs. That means, yes, we are accepting that people who are voting, who are casting their vote by using these EVMs, yes, we are like acknowledging the rights of people. So which are but electronic devices that have a direct impact on election results. So what happens here? So whenever EVMs are used and whenever there are increased allegations of EVMs, so there will be lots and lots of impact that is seen regarding free and fair elections. However, it is also necessary to exercise care and caution when we raise apprehensions on the integrity of electoral process. And for this, we can go for repeated and persistent doubts and despair. And even without supporting evidence, can have the contrarian impact on existing or creating distrust. So what happened? Yes, rights of voters. So here it is the right of voter to question how these EVMs are working, whether they can be hacked or not. So whether there will be like unbiased thing which is going to happen or not. So it will also sometimes lead to like increasing of distrust among the people. That is the thing which mainly said. And this can reduce. So whenever there is increasing of trust deficit or whenever there is increasing of the distrust among the people, Yes, that can obviously reduce the participation of citizens. And even in the second phase, we have turnout of just 61%. Earlier, we have 62%. So further, whenever there is increasing of distrust, that will lead to the reduction of citizen participation, and even will be reduction of confidence in election. So it is also very much essential for the healthy and robust democracy. So for establishing of democracy, people need to elect these representatives, right? So here, whenever there is decreasing of voter turnout, means people are not coming forward to elect their representatives. So because of this, it will be like a threat to democracy. So this is the thing which mainly said. And also court refused the petitions which are suggesting that paper slip from VVPATs units be handed over to electorals or electors to take a leisurely look before inserting them into ballot box. So normally what happens here is there will be EVM and there will be like VVPATs. So after pressing the button in this EVM, so here what happens, so there will be one small slip that will be displayed, that will be containing like name of that so and so candidate and as well as symbol of that so and so candidate, and that will be appearing for just 7 seconds, and after that, that paper will be falling down into this ballot box. Okay, so here there are some petitions which are saying that so this paper should be given to the voter and that voter will be dropping it into this box. But this petition is also had been cancelled or refused by the court. And further dismissed the plea by the petitioners that ADR, that is Association for Democratic Reforms, and Arun Kumar Agarwal for cross verification of all EVMs and VVPATs across the country. So as of now, there are only 5% of VVPATs that had been cross-checked with EVMs. So there is one petition which filed that, yes, we have to cross-verify all EVMs and VVPATs. So this also had been struck down. And as of now, here only 5% of EVM VVPATs, they are randomly verified by this people in any constituency. So here this is the thing which mainly said. And if you are talking about what are these EVMs, so EVM, it is a portable instrument. Okay, why we are using that? We are using to conduct elections to parliament, to state legislature, and for local bodies like panchayats and municipalities. For all these, we are using these EVMs to conduct elections. So EVM machine which has mainly 3 units. So first one is one is ballot unit, second one is control unit, and next one here is we are also going to have like VVPATs. Okay, so here this control unit will be in the hand of officer in charge to ensure a voter is able to vote only once. Okay, and VVPAT unit we are having. So this VVPATs, they will be producing a paper slip that is visible for voter via transparent screen, and that too for 7 seconds. Okay, so the control unit of this EVM is kept with presiding officer, and balloting unit is kept within the voting compartment for electors to cast their vote. So these are some important facts regarding this EVMs and as well as VVPATs. So what are the benefits of using these EVMs? It is very important from your mains. So first one is, when we are using these EVMs, we can eradicate booth capturing. So if you have seen like old movies, so I can remember this thing, like especially in Telugu Vijay Shanti movies. And so in one such a movie, like there will be like rowdy sheeters who are like who are the candidates, who are the contesting candidates, and they will be sending their men to the polling booths and they will be beating everyone, and they will be like just printing. Okay, they will be keeping this ink mark on every voters or ballot papers, and they will be dropping in the ballot box. So that is called as booth capturing. Okay, so I can imagine, and even I can imagine like every event that I saw in the movies, especially in older days we used to have like black and white TVs. So that TV I saw that movie, and I can get some clips of that movie even now. Okay, so here that is the thing, it is booth capturing. So booth capturing is nothing but taking control of the booth by the political party. So here the EVM machine has virtually eradicated booth capturing by limiting the rate of vote casting to 4 votes in a minute. So in a minute just 4 votes can be casted, and thus significantly increasing the time required for stuffing false votes. So here if you want to cast the false votes, you can't cast this false votes by using these EVMs. Okay, so this is the thing, but by using ballot papers you can cast the false votes. And next one is elimination of invalid votes. So invalid votes that are a bane of paper ballots, and also it is like a bone of contention during the counting process, which have been eliminated through these EVMs. So actually when we are using this ballot paper, so there will be like lots and lots of invalid votes will be there. So we can eliminate that by using these EVMs. And next one is they're also eco-friendly, because whenever you're using this ballot papers, so we have to use huge amount of paper. For that we have to that paper will be produced by using these trees, bamboo, etc. right? So because of this, whenever you're using these EVMs, you're like eco-friendly. So there will be like reduction of consumption of paper. And next one is that it also increases enhanced efficiency. So it provides administrative convenience for the polling officers on the day of poll, and also has made the counting process very faster and even error free. So these are some important benefits of using these EVMs. And now let us discuss one more important dimension, like what are the mechanisms that we can use to uphold integrity of EVM machines and VVPATs. So what are the mechanisms that we can take? So first one is random allocation of EVMs. So we have to allocate EVMs randomly to the booth, okay, before polls. And next one is mock polls. So we have to conduct mock polls to display the correctness of EVMs and VVPATs before commencement of actual poll. And this one is transparency measures. So the serial number of EVMs along with total votes polled, they need to be shared with agents of candidates so that they can be verified at the same time of counting of votes. And next one here is scientific approach that we can use. So we can go for 100% match of EVM count with VVPAT slips. Okay, so here in this way we can improve this scientific approaching. And next important one is we can enhance confidence in counting process. So in case of even a single error, VVPAT slip should be counted fully for concerned region, okay, so that we can increase accountability. And next one is we can also introduce totalizer machines for enhanced voter privacy and security. So for this totalizer machines for enhanced voter privacy and security, and in order to provide a degree of cover for voters at the booth level, so we can use this totalizer machines. So totalizer machines, they can be introduced that would be aggregate votes in 15 to 20 EVMs before revealing the candidate wise count. Okay, so these are the very important points regarding this topic. And now let us move on to our Hindu page. So in front page itself I found this image. So here emergency response team commandos of NSG, that is National Security Guard, being dropped from M17 helicopter onto the roof of new Parliament building during a mock drill in New Delhi. So here I found this word, that is National Security Guard. So you have to know about this because it is very important and you can expect like prelims based question from this area. So now let us see some facts regarding this NSG. So what is this NSG? So NSG, it is a special force in India. And this NSG which has primarily been utilized for counter-terrorism activities. So if you have seen that movie called as Major, okay, so this is about NSG and their role. Okay, so NSG which are focusing especially on this counter-terrorism activities. So NSG, which is an allied force which is providing a second line of defense. Okay, it is providing a second line of defense for the nation. And NSG members are also known as black cats. Okay, because of black drill cotton coveralls, and as well as and also they will be using like black color helmets they are wearing. So because of them they are calling as like black cats. And if you are talking about establishment of this NSG, so it was raised in 1984. Okay, it was raised in 1984 after this Operation Blue Star. So Operation Blue Star and as well as assassination of Indira Gandhi. So it was created by Cabinet Secretariat under National Security Guard Act of 1986. So because of this we can say like they are statutory bodies. And it was modeled on the pattern of SAS of UK and as well as GCG9 of Germany. So on these lines, yes, we came up with this NSG in India. And the Union Ministry of Home Affairs exercises administrative and cooperational control over this NSG. So this Ministry of Home Affairs is very important for your prelims. And if you are talking about what are the goals of this NSG, so first important goal is neutralization of terrorist threats. And this one is handling hijacking situations in the air and as well as on the land. So they will be also handling hijacking cases. And this one is bomb disposal like search, detection and neutralization of IEDs, that is explosive devices. And this one is PBI, that is post blast investigation. So whenever there is any blast, so after that investigation will be done by NSG. And this one is hostage rescue. And next one is VIP security. So in all these cases NSG they are having like specific goals. Okay, and now let us move on. So leave the city page, it is not at all useful. And you can directly move on to city page. So in one city page I found like very interesting article and that may appear in your prelims. So it is regarding one animal species. So I will show you that article, okay. That is regarding Nilgiri tahr. I don't know what happened, so there has been struck. Okay. Yes, you can see here very interesting image of jackfruit. So regarding this jackfruit also, I think in 2021 there was question in your prelims 2021 I guess. Yes, here it is. So this is the image. Title says IUCN representative to be an observer in Nilgiri tahr survey. So this article is talking about Nilgiri tahr survey, and whenever any animal species which is seen in news or like plant species in news or any newly discovered species of animal or plant or anything, that will be very important from UPSC prelims and you can get exactly one question from that area. So let us see the dimensions. So this article is talking about Nilgiri tahr. Okay, Nilgiri tahr survey. So you have to focus on this word Nilgiri tahr and you have to see like what are the features. Okay, you have to see like what are the features of this Nilgiri tahr and you have to see like habitat where they are present in India and what are the threats they are facing, and you have to see like what are the measures can be taken. You have to see like what are the measures. So all these are very important and this article is important from GS paper 3 under environment and ecology. Clear? So let us see this topic in detail. So why it is in news? With a resolve to remove Nilgiri tahr from endangered status, Tamil Nadu government will conduct a synchronized survey of state animal from April 29th. So actually there is a proposal like we have to remove this Nilgiri tahr from this endangered category of IUCN. So because of this, now Tamil Nadu government is going to conduct a synchronized survey. Okay. So here this is why it is in news. And this Nilgiri tahr, it is state animal of Tamil Nadu. It is also one key fact. And if you see the details, it says that a 3-day exercise is being done to estimate the population of this Nilgiri thars, and which once roamed in the length and breadth of Annamalai and Nilgiri landscape. So where they are present in this Annamalai and Nilgiri areas. So the animal which is listed, which is an endangered species. Okay, so this animal is an endangered species by IUCN, that is International Union for Conservation of Nature, and is also protected under Schedule 1 of Wildlife Protection Act of 1972. And there are around, how many thars? There are around 3000 Nilgiri thars in Western Ghats. So this is according to the report which released by WWF, that is World Wildlife Fund in India in 2017. Okay, so if you are talking about some facts regarding this Nilgiri thar, so these are the facts that you are going to get in your prelims. So these species, they are locally known as Variyadu. Okay, in IUCN status they had been listed as endangered species, and they are getting protection under Schedule 1 of Wildlife Protection Act of 1972. And where they are located, like habitat and distribution of these animals. So the animal which inhabits meadows with a steep cliff at elevations, they are between 300 meters and around 2600 meters above the sea level. And historically, Nilgiri thar, it was known to inhabit a large portion of Western Ghats. So where they are present normally in Western Ghats. But today it remains restricted to very few areas in Tamil Nadu and Kerala. So here you can get a question like Nilgiri thar, which is seen in which of the following states? They give like Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, Kerala and Andhra Pradesh. So they are present only in Tamil Nadu and Kerala. It is very important. And actually this species which had been locally extant around 14% of its traditional shola forest. Okay, so in this grassland habits only we can see this Nilgiri thar, and there is around 14% of local extent of this animal. So if you are talking about what are the challenges that we are facing in this conservation of this Nilgiri thar, so first one is local extinction is happening because of highly fragmented populations. And the second important reason is like because of invasion of exotic species. So whenever you're bringing like other species, and whenever you want to grow in the natural habitat, that will be affecting this natural ecosystem. That is a one important reason. And next one is because of like forest fires and over exploitation of this forest, and also because of lack of ecological data and understanding. So these are some important causes for the decreasing of number of Nilgiri thar, or like they are posing like challenges for conservation of this Nilgiri thars. And now let us move back to our Hindu, and you can directly move on to this editorial page. So this first article, it is about Supreme Court judgment on EVMs, and we discuss this topic. And next topic, it is about curative jurisdiction. So here you have to know like what is this meaning of curative jurisdiction, that's it. So there are many examples which are given here, but we are not going to focus on that. So here, what is this curative jurisdiction? So actually for the first time in 2002, here Supreme Court came up with this new power called as curative jurisdiction. So curative jurisdiction, in the simple words I can say like it is a power to correct its judgments. Okay. So after they became final. So this distinct power from this power of review under Indian law. So this power which enables all courts, not only Supreme Court but even other courts like high courts, district courts, to rectify errors which are apparent from their records. Okay. So why there is a need of this curative jurisdiction, and if you read this paragraph you will understand. So here court has a constitutional role to declare the law. That means we have three important organs of the state, right? So we have executive, we have legislature, and we have judiciary. So executive will will implement laws. So legislature will make laws. Legislature will make laws and executive will implement those laws, and jurisdiction will interpret the laws. And if those laws which are not according to our constitution, then they are made as null and void. So here whenever those laws or those acts which are made by this legislature, if they are not according to our constitutional provisions, and they will be making null and void by this Supreme Court. This is the role of Supreme Court. So such a very high role it is having, right? So court has a constitutional role to declare the law. So the law must and often does progress with the growth in human knowledge and with the societal change. So if you see our constitution, we are calling it as a living document. It is not like a dead document, like for example Bhagavad Gita or any religious text. Because according to the needs of society, according to the social change, we are coming up with adding up of amendments. So because of this, we are calling it as a living document. Right? So judgments of courts, they must reflect, sometimes trigger the changes in the law. So for that reasons, here whatever Supreme Court judgment which gave, so it has to modify their views. For example, recent judgments of right to privacy and decriminalization of homosexuality, etc. Okay, so this is a thing that you have to see and you have to remember. And there are many things which are given here, like different cases and what is interpretation. But even if you read your NCRTs as well as even in Lakshmikant, you will be knowing about how this curative jurisdiction is used by the courts. Like you can see like collision system, NJSC Act, and right to privacy and decriminalization of homosexuality and Article 377, okay, like that. Okay, so you have to see those things, and Article 370, okay, and even base structure of Constitution, and even Article 12 and Article 368. Okay, so all those are examples of this curative jurisdiction. And I also came up with some notes, like exactly I came up with what does this curative jurisdiction is about. So curative jurisdiction, it is an extraordinary special jurisdiction of Supreme Court of India. So under which article? Article 129, Article 142, Article 29 and Article 142 of Indian Constitution. And a curative petition, which is a legal remedy. Okay, it is a legal remedy that can be filed with the Supreme Court on the review to consider a final judgment or order. So whenever Supreme Court is giving its final judgment or order, so if it wants to change it, it can use this curative jurisdiction. Okay, so this curative jurisdiction, we can call it as a last resort for individuals who have exhausted all other legal avenues, including a review petition. And even there is also one more concept called as curative petition. So this curative petition, which is a concept which has been coined by Supreme Court in year 2002 by its judgment in this Rupa Ashok Hurra versus Ashok Hurra case. So here you can get a question like Rupa Ashok Hurra versus Ashok Hurra case is in news. So what it is related to? It is related to curative petition or curative jurisdiction. Clear? And now let us move back to our Hindu. So today is Saturday, there is ground zero, so there is no need of going through this ground zero. And in the news page, so most of the articles regarding today's judgment of Supreme Court, and tomorrow, day after tomorrow, we are going to get like many articles regarding Supreme Court judgment. There we are going to have the detailed discussion, okay, with pros, cons, everything, don't worry. And if you move on, yes, here you can see one article. So this article is saying that studies say solar radiation available for producing power falling in India. So whatever the solar radiation which is available for producing like power which is falling in India. So it is very important topic. So actually why it is important? So why it is important? Because we are talking about zero emissions, and we are talking about carbon neutrality. And our Prime Minister said that we are going to achieve this carbon neutrality by 2070. Okay, so here we have to focus on decreasing of emissions. So if you want to decrease emissions, we have to move from fossil fuels towards renewable energy. Correct? And if you want to move towards renewable energy, we have different types like solar is there, wind, tidal, geothermal, etc. But we are more focusing on the solar. And we also have been increased our target of solar power generation in India. But this article is saying that recently one study was done by IMD. It says that there is decreasing efficiency of this solar power. Okay, we have to see this topic in detail. And this topic is important from GS paper 3 under environment and ecology. And you have to see like what is the significance of this study. Okay, what is the significance you have to see. And you have to see like what will be the impact of this study. Clear? Yes, now let us see the notes part. So why it is in news, the quantity of solar radiation available that can be economically converted by solar power panels into electricity. So we are getting sunlight and we are using the solar panels and they are converting this solar energy into electricity, right? So this is one example of renewable energy. So actually here this study is saying that it is an alarming decreasing of trend. There is decreasing of trend in several locations in India. It is a thing which mainly said by IMD, India Meteorological Department, and even published this month that in organizations in-house scientific journal. So in this IMD's Journal of Mausam, this study has been published. So here it says that the quantity of solar radiation which is available that can be economically converted by solar panels to electricity, which is showing in a very less rate, or there is decreasing trend. So what are the reason? The reason here is aerosols. So whenever there is increasing of aerosol load, what happen? So these aerosols, they are mainly produced from this carbon emissions, fossil fuel burning and dust, etc. So actually, so they are like causative factors, okay, that are one important reason for the decreasing of trend of conversion of this solar energy into this electricity, because these aerosols, they will be absorbing sunlight, and not only absorbing sunlight, they can deflect it away from the ground, so that ground will be receiving less sunlight first of all. And even these aerosols, they will help in the formation of clouds. So as you all know that clouds, they are having high capacity of albedo. Albedo means nothing but reflection power of sunlight. Yes, so here already ground is receiving less sunlight because of this aerosols, and even it is helpful for the formation of clouds, and the reflecting power of sunlight is also very high. Okay, so because of these things, yes, the amount of sunlight which is falling on this solar power panels is decreasing, and there is decreasing trend of conversion of solar energy into solar electricity. So this is the thing which mainly said in this article. So actually, as of today, India's installed solar power capacity is 81 gigawatts. Okay, and roughly it is like 17% of total installed electricity in India. So India has ambitious plan like 500 gigawatts. Okay, and that is like we have to generate as much as renewable energy. Okay, and we have to like transform from this fossil fuels towards this renewable energy capacity by 2030, and this would mean like around 280 gigawatts from solar power by that year, or at least we are going to have like 40 gigawatts of solar capacity that is going to be added every year till 2030. So this is the thing which mainly said in this study. And now let us see next article. It is about patents. Okay. So title says India's patent filings climbed, that means increased around 24.6%, that is around 83,000 patents in financial 2023. It says by this NASSCOM report. So NASSCOM report is saying that there is increase in number of filings of patents in India. So now let us see like why it is in news. So here global trends. If you see the global trends in financial year 2023, India saw around 83,000 patents being filed, and there is very high annual growth of 24.6%, and even it is highest in the last 2 decades. So it is as per report released by NASSCOM. So if you see details, it says that the number of patents granted also saw a significant growth. It is around 2 times between financial year 2019 to 2023. And the trend was expected to spike even more, like 1 lakh patents are going to be granted between like March 15, 2023 till March 14, 2024. In 1 year, there are about more than 1 lakh patents are going to be granted. So first you have to know what is this patent. So patent, it is a statutory right for invention which has been granted for a limited period to patentee by the government, and in exchange of full disclosure of his invention for excluding others, and from making and from using, selling, importing the patented product, or the process for producing the product for those purposes without his consent. So actually the patent system in India, which has been governed by one important act, that is Patent Act of 1970. And even this act, which has been amended twice in 2003 and as well as 2005. And these patent rules are regularly amended in consonance with the changing environment. And recently we also came up with this Patent Amendment Rules 2024. So based on the changing needs of society, we are going to come up with the changes in these acts also. And if you are talking about the term every patent, which is mainly given for like around 20 years from the date of filing of applications, and these applications are filed under national phase of Patent Cooperation Treaty. Okay, and this Patent Cooperation Treaty, it is an international treaty, and there are more than 150 contracting states, and they will be seeking like protection to their patent for an invention simultaneously. Okay, and they will be filing like international patent applications so that they will be getting security as well. So these are some important things that you have to see from this article point of view. And now let us go back to Delhi page and let us see if there are any other articles which are relevant or not. Okay, so let us move on to this business page. So before seeing this business page, I saw here a small article. So I hope you can see like adopt zero tolerance toward terrorism, India at SCO meet. So India participated in this SCO meet, and India said that there is zero tolerance approach towards terrorism in all its forms of prosperity development of SCO member states. Okay, and India also came with an idea that is one earth, one family, one future. Okay, so it is nothing but it is also like old concepts of Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. And here you have to focus on SCO, Shanghai Cooperation Organization, and you have to see the members, and you have to see recently newly added members of this SCO. That is very important. And you can move on to this business page. So there is the article regarding patent filing. I discussed this topic. And if you move on, you can see this world page. Okay, that's it, nothing much important. So these are very important topics that appeared in our today's Hindu newspaper. I hope you enjoyed this class, right? So here in this Telegram channel, In this Telegram channel Rathods IAS classes, you can get the notes, and even whenever you're posting like very important updates regarding current affairs or any classes, that will be posted here, so that you will be not missing any important topic. And even yesterday I posted one article which is one topic video that is about 4th global mass coral bleaching event, and this is very important from mains and prelims, so please do watch that video also. And this is our Rathods IAS Academy YouTube channel, and there are number of videos regarding your current affairs, your UPSC preparation, and topper testimonials are there, so please do watch all those things, and do subscribe to this Rathods IAS Academy, don't forget this. And if you want to have get this online course, yes, we are providing online IAS prelims cum mains foundation, and the cost of online course is just 20,000, which includes both recorded and live classes. And apart from that, you will be having prelims test series and prelims booster course, mains answer writing practice, everything will be there, so you can join that also. And if you have any queries regarding this offline or online course, you can call me on this number 8074765513, and even this is WhatsApp number, you can text me on WhatsApp as well. That's all for today. And one more thing is, please do give your rating and review, okay, don't forget. And that's all for today. Please do like the video and share this class to your friends, and do subscribe to Rathods IAS Academy. Thank you so much for watching.